Welcome back to Of Dice and Friends, your weekly serving of magic, mayhem, and misadventure. I'm Joey, your host and dungeon master, and we all have some pretty new dice.
They're so shiny.
They're so cool.
They're awesome.
From SD Way Gaming, he sent us a bunch of dice. I'm just going to talk about mine real quick because they're like the prettiest dice I've ever seen. Also, I have a D7, a D5, a D9, a bunch of Ds I've never seen before and had no idea existed. It's super cool.
We love the Ds.
Well, while he's just sitting there staring at them, I'll go ahead and
He's
introduce
literally
myself.
like caressing them, isn't he?
Hey, everybody, Nolan here. Back again playing Mo, the man monk from the moving monastery.
No, stop saying that.
I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, I can't stop rolling these. They just look gorgeous. Joey, I thought of a really good compliment for yours. They're beautiful.
Don't ruin this for me.
I have a really weird story for today. This happened last night, and I'm still trying to process it. So, Greg and I and some of our friends were out drinking. And so, a quick disclaimer, I like really stupid Hawaiian shirts. Like, I have one with dinosaurs on it, just stuff like that. And last night, I was wearing a Hawaiian shirt with pineapples that are wearing sunglasses. So, we're out in the bar, and someone taps the back of my shoulder, and I turn around thinking, does someone just want to talk to me? And it was this girl, and she's like, hey, I have a really weird question right now. And I was like, okay. She's like, can I buy your shirt off of you? I was like, I'm using it.
So did you sell her your shirt?
No, I paid like $60 for that shirt, and she's like, I'll give you $10. And I was like,
Get out of
and
here.
it's cold outside. But it was like, it's just one of those moments that you just like don't know what to do. Like, also, I was doing my laundry, and I dropped my laundry basket, and I just stood there and watched it all unfold.
I was waiting! You are the king of puns. Love you.
I'm Greg, and I play JR, and I'm really admiring these dice. Mine have a blue dragon eye, and I'm really cool. I think we posted a photo. Go and look at them.
The eye rotates to face what you roll,
Yeah,
right?
the eye will always face up.
It's
So
always
it's
watching you.
so cool.
I bet it's really cool on a nat 20 and a really not cool on a nat 1.
Now the dice judge you too.
Need the eye to turn red on a nat 1.
True.
Oh.
Yeah, so yesterday I learned I need to practice with chopsticks. So we went to a Korean barbecue, and man, those are so... They didn't... Usually I'll just ask for a fork, but I was like, you know what, I'll try. And I swear, everyone has a different way of doing it. And then eventually you finally get it. And I had it where I was clocking it, and then I go to pick up something. Couldn't do it. It's like I could clock them, but actually picking up something was hard. So that's something I need to practice.
Yeah, when I lived in Japan, so when I hold chopsticks, I do it. It's so stupid. It looks so bad. And when I lived in Japan, they would look at me in horror, but I can pick up a single grain of rice with them. So I will show you my idiot way of doing it. And maybe I can teach you, well, I was going to say the right way, but clearly the very wrong way.
I need a way.
I found that practicing by picking up cubes of ice out of a glass of water was
I'm just
very
imagining
helpful.
you doing that now.
That's
It's-
smart. That's a good way to practice.
Once you can do that, then you pretty much got it down.
There is also a way to cheat with where you roll up the paper and then wrap like a rubber band around it so it gets like springy. I'll teach you that too. You will be ready and set for when you go to Japan. Yeah.
Nice.
This is Rachel, by the way. I'm going to be super distracted this whole game. Sorry, Joey. Because again, I am staring at these dice. Mine have a liquid core and they are sparkly and red. There's so much red for Tana's Chaos. And I have a D100 now, which the boys really unfairly were like, should Rachel have something that heavy? Because it's like metal and it's got to be 2 or 3 pounds. And they were like, basically, SDA Gaming just gave her a bludgeoning weapon. And like, I've only thrown, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've only thrown like less than 10 things at you guys.
Does that count the pencil that you threw at me?
Slightly over 10 things at you guys.
So if you throw that at someone, does it do D100 bludgeoning damage?
Yeah.
Guys, I think I only have 6 health.
I'd rather do bludgeoning than fire.
Or chaos.
Oh, jeez. Hi, this is Aaron. I play Finny and the Elf. And yeah, this has been a lot of fun checking out these new dice. Thank you, Jason and SD Way, for sending us these amazing little, I call them probability polygons.
Oh my god. You're not going to scorn him on that one, Joey?
Oh,
That's
no, I'm
not
sorry.
fun.
I apologize. It's probability polyhedrons, right? Because polygon is two-dimensional.
Right.
Polyhedron is it polyhedra or polyhedrons?
I don't know, but somewhere out there, a geometry teacher is just face palming.
Yeah, is having a moment.
Yeah.
An existential crisis.
I feel sorry for their class now because now there's going to be a lecture after this.
right.
Hey, it's Sarek. I play Heen the Scion. And yeah, I'm looking at the dice too. I really like the. So we each got 2 sets. And so one set of mine is metal and it's solid, it's sharp, it's black, and it's very clean. And the other set's like this iridescent silver and purpley sparkles within it. And the really kind of fun thing I like about them is the iridescent one, aside from being sparkly, is very lightweight. And the metal one is obviously very heavy. And so it's kind of this cool actual parallel to Heen's life where, you know, in the light when he's having a good time, it's fun, it's poppy, it's sparkly, it's bizarre. And then when he's in a deep state, it's solid, it's heavy, but it's clear cut.
It's severe.
And dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dark.
Okay, guys, well, join me in a toast. I'm going to raise my glass today to D&D dice. We're all obsessed with them. We all have way too many sets of them. Here's to those beautiful, shiny math click-clacks. Cheers.
It's a problem.
Cheers.
Chapter 36. The Gathering Storm. Moments ago, you fought 4 storm elementals on Ravi's ship, only to realize that they were guards with illusions cast over them. After being convinced of the misunderstanding, 3 of them left, leaving you under Edgar Ranstar's watch. After his request of talking someplace more private, you've all moved below deck into one of the empty rooms. The moment the door closes behind you, Edgar rushes JR and embraces him. I'm so glad you're safe. Last I saw you, that demon Valda had just given you your body and you were sailing to Belior, I believe. Truly, I feared I'd never see you again.
Oh, don't worry. I'm hard to kill now. Trust me.
More like hard to stay dead.
Yeah.
That goes for the rest of you as well. Thank you for keeping my brother safe, though. And he'll rub the hole in his armor where JR stabbed him. It seems he doesn't need my protection, or anyone's protection. Where did this power come from?
Oh, you see, the Emperor gave me a new sword, and I'll pull out my sword. This is Lightning Rod.
Emperor Kavis.
Yeah, we saved his daughter, and then I got this cool sword, and it did all that. Isn't that awesome?
The sword did all of that?
Yeah. It was made by the Emperor himself.
Make a deception check.
I believed him. I was like, wait, really?
First roll on the new dice. 20. Not nat.
He'll eye you suspiciously, but he won't press any further. Do you still have that cloth I gave you?
Yes, and I'll pull it out of my pocket.
This symbol, he'll say as he takes it from you, is that of the Gathering Storm. I found them. They're here in this city. Is that why you're here, brother? To confront your killers?
Well, I don't know if we're confronting any killers, but we're here for the Gathering Storm.
Do you not think that they're responsible for your death?
Why? See, we met this Asimar Orin, and he had a tattoo of this, but he saved us? But he may have killed Mo. I'm not sure on that.
What? What? Why do you think Orin was the one? Oh, yeah, since they did say that.
Well, I mean, I was killed by these guys. You might have been killed by these guys. I think there's a grain
I'm not a
conspiracy.
dragon like you, though, JR. I don't think that they would try and kill me.
I'm not a dragon. I'm a person.
Speaking
never
of
mind.
killers, we did just attack you unprovoked, I believe, and you're not going to try and take us in?
No, you said that you saw an illusion of storm clouds over me and the gods. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah.
I assume you traveled here with Emperor Kavis, yes? Because I've spoken to him over the past few days. He
What?
has...
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I was too busy looking down JR's collar at his scales.
Oh, I button up my shirt, so you wouldn't see.
I ripped it when I pulled it out. But here, I'll cast prestidigitation. I can never say that word, so the rip is gone.
I literally can't say the word.
Prestidigitation.
Not gonna even try.
Show off.
Kavis has suggested that he has seen mirages as well. Seems someone has been messing with the six of you. Part of my investigation, you are being targeted.
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
Us specifically?
But what did we do?
I don't know. But
We have irritated a
Well.
lot of people over the last 6 months.
It seems from the very beginning we've been targeted. I mean, we were all brought to Malice and then woken by Valier.
And then two of us were probably assassinated.
Yeah.
Who was assassinated?
You and me.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you
I
got
don't.
a friendly knife in your back.
and you're saying that the man that killed Modus, he had a tattoo?
Oh, I don't know if he killed Modus. I just suspect.
What
Maybe.
what does this tattoo have to do with anything?
It was the exact same tattoo as that cloth.
That's this symbol.
Yes.
So he was a member of the Gathering Storm.
I guess.
We assumed that, yes.
What is the Gathering Storm, by the way?
He'll nod, and he'll reach into his pouch and pull out a book, a leather-bound book that is soaked in dried blood. And he'll put it on the table. There's no text on the cover, though there is that symbol of storm clouds. I took this off a man I killed. It is, as he called it, the Tome of Insight.
You didn't want to clean it off?
It's for authenticity and chain of custody, yes.
I can read the last page, but every other page is blank. However, when I used his hands to open the book, one of the pages was not blank, and it was addressed to him. It detailed his life, things that he needed to do, including die at my hand at that day.
Oh, that's a little creepy.
He'll nod and he'll hand you the book.
Oh, God. I guess I'm going to take the book. Oh, my God. I hope nothing spawns.
Have you found anyone else that can change one of the pages on the book?
I have not. I'm hoping one of you perhaps can.
Oh, God. I'm going to just thumb through the book.
It's blank.
I can try. I mean, my
Hot
fingers
potato.
are on fire. Oh, God. I'll catch it with my hand that's not on fire.
I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, you should probably take it from me.
I take it from Tana.
What do you know of the Tome of Insight?
All I know is the Gathering Storm follows it zealously. He protected this with his life. And as I said, it seems to be dictating his path. It is safe to assume that all members of the Gathering Storm have a page in this book. Though I'm not entirely sure who wrote it, or how they would have such knowledge.
Well, I mean, we did meet Ravi, and she's an oracle. Maybe she knows.
Where is this Ravi now?
I mean, this is her boat.
Yeah, she should be here sometime.
Wait a minute. Where is she?
Perhaps she didn't see this coming?
Maybe she did, and she fucking abandoned ship.
She would never abandon her ship or us.
No, you're right. JR abandons
Does-
her ship.
It did seem somewhat interesting that she happened to be where we were. On her way to Yabu's Rise, perhaps she is part of the Gathering Storm.
Do you suspect that she too is following this book?
I'm going to whisper. I don't know if he hears me or not. I think he's trying to kill people following that book, Finian.
Well, yes, they did kill my brother.
The question is why?
They do seem to be some sort of cult. Should we not deal with them?
Hey, listen, this might be from personal experience or not, but sometimes you can snap people out of it, okay?
To Mo's point, we can't hold all members equally culpable. It's quite possible Ravi, if she is one, didn't have anything to do with it. I know, ironic coming from me and all.
Tomorrow is their meeting. Are you aware of this?
Yeah, we were gonna go there.
Perfect. I suspect then that we will be walking into the den of the enemy. Are you prepared for that, JR?
Yeah.
Even if it turns to violence.
I've dealt with enough violence. We're good.
And the rest of you. I don't imagine they will take kindly to us infiltrating their cult.
As I'm listening to Edgar explain some of this information that he's gathered. I'm flipping through the book and I find the page that actually has writing on it.
Yeah, the final page.
The final page.
It says, do you read this?
I'm going to read it out loud to the party.
It says, you all hear this, and on this day, in the yet established city of wonders in the shadow of Thruma, the light from the blue sun will reveal the seven. With Lagal's blessing, they will take their place among the elements, restoring those who have been lost. Thus begins the Age of Balance, as it is written.
Well, the blue sun is clearly the sapphire.
Well, I'm sorry to say it, Mo, but I think this is pretty clear. We are not the seven. The prophecy, if that's what you want to call it, says the seven will do this action as if they know what they're doing, and
We clearly have no idea what we're doing.
yes, and it clearly doesn't open for any of the rest of us, so I think this is conclusive.
Did you want to say that in front of Edgar?
Yeah, why not? He's my brother. You can trust him.
Well, and Edgar probably would have started trying to kill us if it turned out we were the seven, I think.
Oh,
Okay.
I do think that's why
That
he threw the
hasn't
book.
been-
Really weird.
Honestly.
I mean, we're only surmising that.
I don't think he's that violent. He's just trying to protect his brother.
He didn't care about the seven. He cared about the cultists.
Yeah.
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 Them.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It sounds like a momentous occasion at the very least. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I mean, the dawning of a new age, that's some heavy stuff right there.
It's also largely fiction. I've seen plenty of small cults believe that they were going to ascend and replace the gods or some nonsense. It happens all the time.
That is true.
This,
You should see what they say on Mount Orem.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, speaking of, I've been dealing with the children of Elgoth in the city over the past few weeks.
What do you mean?
A tiefling from Mount Orem who've been causing problems. I think they must be here to deal with their opposed cultists in the Gathering Storm.
That portends violence.
Yes, always. You don't know anything about this, do you, Tana?
I know that I probably shouldn't let anyone from Mount Orem see me.
That is probably wise.
I'd better take another form while we're there.
Yes, in fact, I'm not sure what to expect tomorrow. I'm not sure that they'll just let us in.
No, it's okay. We know the supposed seven. Well, I guess they might be the seven.
Yeah, we beat them up.
We have ways of getting into places where we're not supposed to go. I'm not terribly worried about it.
He stands. Very well. Then tomorrow morning I will return to fetch the five of you. Yes, Finian, you raised your hand?
Yes. This remark about restoring balance is of great concern to me, because each person and each follower of each deity may have their own definition of what balance means. Do you have any thought about what this is referring to?
That is a question for the Gathering Storm. I'm sure their definition of balance is very different than mine or yours. That
Agreed.
is part of my concern. If they're up to nefarious goals, it is my duty to stop them.
Yeah, we beat them up.
That does sound pretty fun.
And take their place. We'll be the five.
Better than seven. More compact.
Edgar, you seem to have come across an excellent litmus test, I'll say, as I pick the book from Finian's hands and start thumbing through it as well. I see Sean looking over my shoulder at it, just kind of bored at this point. Do you have any plan for how to validate who is in this book? I mean, another stray thought, I guess, I suppose. Why would they worship just an encoded book?
My bigger question is who wrote the damn thing? And do they worship that person?
And is it worship, or are they merely taking instruction from it?
Yes. There's a lot I don't know, and unfortunately, the man who originally owned that book is no longer with us.
Oh, yeah, by the way, who was that? Was it just some, random guy that you just killed, or?
He probably deserved it, Mo.
He deserved it.
Yeah.
Whether or
I don't
not
like
he
this
deserved it,
idea,
who
right?
was he?
He was a murderer. And those in power should protect those who aren't. JR, now that you seem to have power, this is an important lesson for you to learn.
Yeah.
Put those skills to good use.
What
Yeah.
happened?
Who was this
I
murderer?
saved a swamp
You walk around with leeches in your pocket.
for healing.
Who doesn't
on,
walk around
Finian.
with leeches or mushrooms in their pockets?
Exactly.
I will see you all tomorrow morning.
Edgar,
I only have lint in my pockets.
aren't they going to be looking for this book? It's in our possession now. It seems rather dangerous for us.
Just walk. Oh, what? You know what? I'm going to hold on to it. Joey, Sean's bugging me to do a history check because he's pulling back from our time looking through cults and trying to stop them. It's not great. It's only 13.
What are you doing? Is this a history check?
History check on the last page.
You know, of course, who Legal is. Legal being the mist that divides the two worlds. So apparently the 7 need Legal's blessing, but the number 7 is. It's not a number that comes up. None of the cults of Belior always the number 10. Oh, right? 10 demigods, 10 afterlives, 10 everything.
10 types of magic.
Exactly. So 7 is just kind of it sticks out.
So I'll thumb through the book. Tana, can you hold a fire up to this? It could be invisible ink.
Yeah,
Sometimes heat releases it. That's how we used to send coded messages.
I will conjure like an apple-sized ball of fire and hold it over the book.
Nothing changes.
Okay. I'll
Well-
twirl my wrist and
Hang
Worthless.
on. Can it, I'll catch it as it goes by.
Is the book magical?
Can it? Yes, very much so. Can it burn though? Tana, would you mind? I'll hold a little tiny corner out. I don't want to burn too much.
You're
of it.
asking me to burn something?
Yes,
On the boat?
we're on water.
Just to prove Mo wrong about how much control I have over myself, I will conjure the tiniest little ball of fire, which will very gently hover over to the tip and rest on it, like an ember.
And I totally didn't flinch when that happened.
You flinch because the entire book goes up in flames the second the ember touches it.
I'm gonna huck it into the ocean.
Almost immediately, it's ash.
Hey guys.
You've never seen fire react or anything react to fire like this. It was completely unnatural.
Guys, I literally, what happened? I'm sitting
What?
so high on my horse I can't see.
This is very bad.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You did nothing wrong.
Guys, if Edgar comes back, I didn't do it.
Oh, we're in
crap,
so
crap,
much
crap,
trouble.
We could be in very much trouble now, especially if the gathering storm.
Tana, you want to prestidigitious that?
I'll try. I'll try.
Prestidigitate.
I'm gonna get that stern look from him where he's like, "I'm not angry. I'm disappointed." It's the worst.
Would prestidigitation even
No.
like assuming it was a normal book? Could I even do that to a normal?
I have
It's
no
too much,
idea.
right?
Yeah.
No.
Joey,
Is
are
there
the
any
ashes
spell
still on the boat? Are they still floating around?
Yeah, there's still ashes. The book hasn't completely disintegrated.
Oh, okay.
It was thrown in the water though.
He's saying like leftover.
Oh, leftover.
There are still some ashes.
Because I'm not
remaining.
convinced this thing was even real.
Huh.
Interesting. There is physical evidence of it. However, Sensei left
Yeah,
physical
true.
evidence in the swamp. So.
Well, I better save what we can, but this, given the preponderance of strange events been happening recently, this could be something akin to what we saw with Mo and Sensei. Anyone have a spare bag I can put this in? No, I'll put it in my bag of holding. I need something to... Never
Container.
mind.
You need a container
Yes,
for
yes.
the ash.
We've got lots of vials, I'm sure.
Yeah, I have an empty potion vial here.
I'll scoop some of the pieces of ash into it, and I'll pull out a little tiny leather sack and stick it into my bag. Apparently, we're holding all the evidence in this locker.
all the scary stuff is in that one bag.
Wow.
Don't lose it.
Hey,
Or we'll just throw it into the black hole when Tana forms that.
my supposition here is a tome of this importance would not be so easily destroyed, and I think this was indeed a ruse. The question is, were we given false information on the final page of that book? And if so, was Edgar being misled by this information?
I don't know. Edgar's a pretty confident guy. Like, whenever he says something, I really believe it's true.
Those are the people you have to look out for.
You believe just about everything everybody tells you.
Why would you lie? I don't get it.
Guys, I think the only way to find out the truth is to show up tomorrow, and
Absolutely.
I think all will be revealed,
Yeah.
for better or for worse.
I'm assuming the blue sun had something to do with that large stone in the middle of the square.
Yeah, and Dragon Spiral.
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about? There was a giant sapphire that had 7 colored rays spiraling out of it.
Oh, well. there we
And
go.
yet, if that was the object of their focus, you would think that that last page would be encrypted.
And it would not be here in Yabu's Rise that they intend to have their meeting.
While the two of them are just going on and on and on and on, I'm going to pull JR aside. JR, I hate to say it, but there are a lot of coincidences surrounding Ravi, aren't there?
Well, yeah, she's all about fate, so I would assume she maybe knows everything.
If she is part of the Gathering Storm, what are you going to do? Because, for all you know, you might be pinned between her and your brother.
If she's part of the Gathering Storm, that means she tried to kill me, so maybe my brother's never led me astray.
I mean, I can't imagine she would ever do that, but you did steal her boat and then sink it.
Well, I borrowed it.
I'm just kidding. She would not. She wouldn't do anything like that. She's one of the greatest people I've ever known.
Look, I don't know what's going on. Maybe Ravi's in on this. I don't think she is.
Okay.
I feel like she does know something more than she's leading on.
I agree.
I think Edgar knows something more than... I feel like everyone's keeping their secrets right now.
It does feel that way. I guess we better show up tomorrow and see what we can unravel.
I have someone I might talk to tonight.
Do you want anyone else to go with you?
I don't think you can go with me. It's not that kind of conversation.
Oh, I'll nod like I understand when I have no idea what you're talking about.
Hopefully I could get some answers.
Sometime during the night, Egret does show up at the boat to tell you where the gathering will be, as promised. So you do have an idea of where it is, though Edgar, of course, said he would bring you. Are there any preparations that you guys do before tomorrow morning?
Yeah, I'm going to cast Commune. So I'm going to... Would I want to do this on deck? I think I'm going to take a dinghy. Borrow a dinghy.
Okay.
So I'm going to go take a dinghy, row out pretty far away from the boat, and then cast Commune so I can talk to my patron.
As you enter a sort of meditative state, you open your eyes to find yourself in an infinite ocean surrounded by storm clouds. And in the water beside your boat is the ancient blue dragon, Strymir.
Okay, and with this spell, I can ask him 3 questions, and he responds yes or no.
Okay.
So my first question, is Ravi connected to the Gathering Storm?
Yes.
Was this your plan for me all along, is to go to this meeting?
Yes.
So are you heavily involved in the Gathering Storm?
I am.
And I guess with that, I'll shockingly open my eyes and then row back.
The next morning, Edgar comes to get you as promised. The overcast sky has finally opened up, letting rain fall on the city.
Great.
Many walk with umbrellas or just run to their destination to save their fine suits in the rain.
Does Ravi's boat have an umbrella?
Yes.
Because
there
I would
are
like to take
umbrellas.
it before Tana finds it.
Hey.
Oh, man. That's rough.
Well, I have a sick cape. I want to look good and presentable. Stop glaring at me.
Edgar leads you into the upper district of Yabu's Rise, somehow walking with both confidence and caution, and the rain doesn't even faze him. Not too far from the Diligent Protector Tavern, you arrive at a mansion amidst a beautiful garden yard. Kavis stands outside, his hands clasped behind his back. When he sees you, he jogs over. My sincerest apologies for the delay in your freedom. I spoke to the High Council on your behalf, but this meritocracy is riddled with inaction.
It's okay. We just let ourselves out when we got bored.
Hell, well, they were going to let you out regardless, so there's no crime done.
Well, to be fair, I don't know if that's true because they didn't feed us.
He eyes you like, what? Edgar will cut in. They say the gods were clad in illusions of storm clouds, encouraging a battle. To which Kavis will frown. I too have seen mirages, mostly of my children beckoning me south. I thought it was nothing more than my mental injuries manifesting. Clearly we're being targeted.
Yes.
Gonku is with you, will nod. The range is passing through him. Walking up to the front doors, there's an Asimar standing outside the massive archways. He's apparently guarding them. He raises an eyebrow at you all as you approach. You're not allowed in.
We could do this the easy way or the hard way.
Whatever you think you are, you're not. You need to leave.
Well, hold on. Who do you think we are?
I think you think that you're a lot more important than you are.
Have you seen my cape?
Your cape is impressive.
Thank you. Now, if you'll open the door for me.
Isn't the Emperor with us?
Yes.
Isn't Edgar with us?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to walk up to this guy and point at Emperor Kavis and say, do you know who this is?
He'll nod and he'll turn to Edgar. If you care about your brother, you'll take him as far away from here as possible. Otherwise, his death will be on your hands.
Who are you?
Edgar reaches to grab his collar and pull him in, but his hands phase through the guy, and he vanishes.
Another mirage?
But we
have
all
been
saw this one.
tormented and taunted long enough. What is going on here?
Finian, you haven't been dosing us with mushrooms, have you?
Not that kind of mushroom, and really no more than normal.
What?
It shouldn't cause that kind of mass hallucination.
Okay, enough of this. Let's just go inside.
Yes, I'm sick of being turned away. Whatever happens, happens. Is everyone prepared for a fight?
Yes.
Do we have to immediately assume a fight? Perhaps we can just observe quietly.
Yes, of course. We will get information first. And then at the first sign of evil doing, we will fight.
Should the Emperor be with us? You seem awful calm, considering there might be a mass melee about to start, Emperor.
The Emperor will nod thoughtfully. Well, I am no longer Emperor, I don't believe. I've been away from my post for months now. So it's fine. And if there's a fight, I'd rather be here to try and stop it.
Are you martially trained, at least?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
I retook North Harbor from the king. I should be fine.
When you say, never mind.
And then he just kind of stares off in the distance as if he's having memories.
I walk over to Edgar.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
I walk over to Edgar.
Edgar, are you compelled to attempt to defeat evil regardless of the circumstance?
Are you not?
No.
Is the
use my
front door
judgment.
unlocked?
Yes.
Okay, while they're talking, Tana's going to go push the door. Please continue. But Tana's inside now.
In my walk of life, I choose my battles carefully.
Yes. I have chosen this one carefully.
You seem very confident in your chances of success.
Are you guys coming?
Yes, eagerly. Come on, Finian. You won't slow us down, will you?
I walk quietly next to Edgar.
Yes, let's get this over with.
He'll stay close to you, JR. Very protective. He seems to be literally watching your back.
I
Ooh,
think
that nice paladin aura.
Yeah.
I bet we're all kind of looking at JR out of the corner of our eye, right? If you're...
I've been quiet this whole morning, haven't said anything.
Yeah, I
Kinda
mean,
just
I think we're all a little nervous.
Staring at the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, I know we're a little past this, but did Ravi come back in the morning?
She never
Oh,
returned.
okay, noted.
It's because she's evil.
Or good, and we're the evil ones. Who knows,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We could be working.
We're
for the wrong
probably
side.
the evil ones. Let's be real.
We might be.
I am genuinely excited about the Gathering Storm. So this is very morally complicated. Know that.
So Edgar's
Nah,
going to
Durgus
put
is-
his sword in his mouth.
No,
Basically.
Durgus isn't morally complicated.
Durgus is the BBG,
He's pure evil.
Yeah.
And if he's not, wait till I give him soul render.
Allie will be devastated.
Just tape it to his back so he can just run around.
She's gonna
shanking
walk
people's
out, soul
shins.
render
Didn't
your
you
staff
know?
in both hands. And just be like, now.
On his hind legs.
So you guys figure
Black
out
lightning
when-
arcing between the two as he runs around gunning people.
The sounds of the gathering lead you through a couple hallways and into a surprisingly grand ballroom, complete with dinner tables flanking it on either side, and stairs leading up to a landing that overlooks the entire room. The sun shines through a large skylight to perfectly illuminate that raised area, even though it's raining outside. Then there's a second balcony even above that, just small enough for a couple people, though it's currently empty, and there's no discernible way to actually get up there. With over 100 ASMR here, this must be the most ASMR ever seen in one place at the same time, ever. And there are guests who aren't ASMR as well. You even spot a few dozen servers carrying plates of delicious-smelling noodles, overseen by an orc. The orc from the Diligent Protector Tavern. This must be what he and the other chefs were preparing for. And of course, there's a bard playing piano in the far corner while animating her other instruments to play nearby. Well, you've made it this far. Now what?
Well, we probably should have followed up on that poison, considering it was probably going to end up here.
It explains their outsized reaction to it.
Yeah.
And their aversion from God interaction.
So guys, I don't know how to say this without sounding like I'm like from the back country and all, but like I've never been to a ball before. So what are we supposed to do here?
Oh, I've been to several balls actually. We used to throw them for Mardani all the time.
Oh, perfect. I'll just follow your lead.
Okay.
I've only been in through the attic, but I think I can find a way.
But upon seeing this scene, I go to a corner somewhere kind of out of the way, and I have a chat with Durgus, and I tell him maybe this isn't the right place for you to be.
Fair enough.
Boy, we
Pretty
don't like your
conspicuous, a
kind.
pig running around with armor
Yeah.
at a ball.
He tells you that he'll wait outside in case, things go south.
He could even just wait like in the coat room. In case I need him, because he carries a lot of potions. So if something goes down, he needs to be clearly nearby. So he hides in the cloakroom.
Are there any tiefling here?
Scanning the room, you do see just a couple of tiefling. One of them is Calyx.
What?
And you see every time he scratches at his hair, soil comes out. And his skin has an ashy color that it didn't before.
I thought I killed him.
Oh, well, what?
Nothing. Okay.
That's your
I'm
stepbrother.
going to very quickly cast Disguise Self, and I guess I'll just turn into an ASMR since there's so many of them here.
You'll blend right in.
Yeah.
Whoa, Tana looking good.
And then JR will be staring at me
Yummy.
awkwardly for the rest of the night. Okay.
Brother, this isn't anything else what I was expecting.
He looks stunned for the first time, maybe ever. No, this is not the kind of cult I had thought we'd walk in on.
Okay, so Mo, if anybody comes up to you and asks you to duel, hit them before you even say yes, okay?
Okay, that's what Sensei was doing in the alley the other day.
Yeah. Also, if somebody offers you a drink, almost guaranteed poison. So you can either slap it out of their hands to let everyone know that you're on to them, or you can pretend to drink it but put in someone else's drink. Preferably an enemy.
Oh my god, that sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
Here, I'll be back. I'm gonna go do that.
Okay. Oh, but I have more. Okay. He's already gone.
Where did they get the first drink from if that's also poison?
Do you want the long answer or the short answer?
Later, I guess we probably shouldn't stand here awkwardly.
Yeah.
I look over at Edgar.
Edgar, you look surprised. This is not what you were expecting.
No, but they are cults. Of course they're going to wear makeup. They need to look as presentable as possible.
I'm shaking out my cloak like a wet dog.
Your assumption about this being a cult. I wonder now if there's something else going on that we're not aware of and that you're not aware of.
There will probably be a surprise murder at some point.
There always is at dinner parties this size.
Oh,
surprise
same in Path
murder?
of Mercy?
No, but I've heard.
Oh.
Well, it's common knowledge that when you have large gatherings of this many different species, that somebody's going to end up murdered.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping for.
I'm gonna elbow JR and whisper under my breath, yeah, he definitely deserved to be in Malice.
That's what I've been saying.
Okay.
So, Mo, what are you doing?
Well, I really want to embrace this tradition here. So I'm just going to walk into a social group that's just talking. I'm just going to walk in, no shoes on, and just kind of stand there nodding as if I was already in the conversation.
One of them will sneer down at you. Didn't you know the capes were out?
I'll just look up with a big goofy smile. No, I don't know, man. My whole shtick, my whole motto I'm trying to live by now is to always live in the moment. The moment.
Boo. A server will come over with a silver platter and offer you drinks.
Take one of the drinks and then I'll immediately just turn over to the one that sneered at me and just maintaining eye contact. I'm gonna pour my full cup into his cup.
He doesn't have any idea how to respond to this. It's overflowing into his hand, and he just politely puts it on the server's tray and walks away.
Nice.
JR, what are you doing?
It looks like Mo, he's got whatever he's doing. So I'm just going to start walking around and looking at everyone, see what people are doing. 'Cause it just seems like people are talking, right?
Yeah, people are having small talk. You just listening in on one particular conversation.
Taking in the whole entire
yeah
building, seeing if there's anything weird. Looking for that symbol specifically.
Make an investigation check.
9.
If it's here, it seems well hidden. I mean, there are a lot of ASMR here, and a lot of them are talking as if they know each other, and they maybe haven't seen each other in a long time, and there is certainly an energy in this room. They are excited.
I guess also I'll be looking for Ravi now that I know something sus about her.
Yep. What about you, Tana? Are you pouring your alcohol in someone else's glass?
No, I have cast a spell where I have 6 little tiny meteors circling my body just in case, for when somebody attacks. I'll be ready.
Just walking around with them orbiting?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm so smart. I'm an ASMR, which is like an angel type thing, right?
Yep.
So they're actually orbiting my head like a little halo.
Huh.
And unfortunately, it's catching a lot of attention of ASMR men who are coming over and talking to me.
It's very stylish, yeah.
Yeah. Which makes me uncomfortable. So, but I don't want them to know that I'm onto them. So I'm trying to flirt back.
Oh, right. You don't want to look suspicious.
Yeah.
Never been kissed is flirting back with a bunch of ASMR men while she's disguised as an ASMR. I love it.
Using a 5th level pyro spell.
Yeah.
Pirates.
Yeah. But for some reason, they keep getting startled and running away. So after the 5th one leaves, I've just gone back and forth between keeping an eye on JR and looking for Ravi, while also pouring all my drinks into the plants.
Perfect.
Typical dinner party, minus the wings.
All right. So I'm looking around to see if I recognize any. There are a couple things I'm going to do, but I'm looking around to see if I recognize any of the members of the group who we encountered while escaping Dragon Spiral.
Spending a few minutes to take in the room, you do see the group that you fought in Dragon Spiral, the ones who called themselves the Seven. Mm-hmm. It looks like they replaced their goblin member, however. The current one is picking her nose. But the original one joined you back to Miarum and then stayed there. So
is the goblin eating it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, definitely a goblin.
Ew.
Okay, the other thing I'm doing is I'm going to take some of the food and drink that's being passed around, and I'm going to go and very inconspicuously cast detect poison and disease on it.
Oh, smart. You do not find poison, which is good. It seems the guards did manage to thwart whoever was trying to poison this gathering, which you're still not entirely sure because of who that was, because apparently Rico died months ago.
Right.
Yeah, we've been hoodwinked a few times here. And then the other thing I do is I'm gonna, again, I'm gonna go into like a dark corner or some corner. I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace, so I can move a little bit more comfortably through the crowd without being noticed. People may just sort of look past me and kind of...
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
You just hear the occasional comment of, "Oh, do you smell that?"
Who farted? I didn't know an ASMR could fart that badly.
Ian, what are you up to?
I'm going to find a corner where I can keep an eye on Edgar. I don't think everything's square with him, and so I'm just going to be ready to go.
Yeah, Edgar has fallen into a sort of knightly, charismatic role where he's just striking up conversation with people like he belongs here.
Man, considering how much he wanted blood, he was asking for it coming in.
Mm-hmm.
He's either savoring it or he's something changed. So I'm really suspicious of him. I'm going to sit back and watch.
Gonk, who's leaning up against the wall next to you, somehow not phasing through it with a drink in one hand. What Gith man watch so intently?
That paladin type. He came in here wanting blood, asking for it, in fact, and then just starts socializing. He didn't seem like the investigatory type to me.
No, not to Gonk either. Seems line between good and evil is blurred, wouldn't you say, little He-Man?
I'll look up to him, literally. Right, I am shorter than them. Yeah, it is one of the perplexing things of life, I suppose. The trope of one man's hero is another man's villain is surprisingly accurate, unfortunately. Tell me, Gonk, what do you think is special about this? What is going on here?
Gonk, answer question with question. Do you think this is dawn of new era?
If this is the dawn of a new era, I've seen many dawns, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. And lines so blurry. Knowing concepts like truth and justice are subjective, will Heen still fight with conviction?
Are you writing this down?
No. Should Gonk be? Gonk illiterate. Can you write for Gonk?
Maybe later. I lost sight of Edgar. 1 second. I'll shove away from him and go try and find a new spot.
Joey, could I roll an insight check to see if I can find Ravi?
It wouldn't be insight, because
I
that's
know,
like
but
trying
I get
to
a much
understand.
higher point bonus to that. Could I roll investigation?
Go ahead.
I don't like that one, so I'm just going to bend a tiny smidge of chaos to roll again. Getting the exact same number.
That is called fate.
Yeah, wow. 12.
You don't see Ravi. There are a lot of people here, but you don't see her. You're scanning for the red scarf.
And I did trigger Tides of Chaos to do that, so.
I will keep that in mind for your next spell.
Sorry.
So while I'm using the Pass Without Trace and sort of keeping a low profile, I'm wandering through the crowd of people who are probably standing around talking and having drinks, and I'm trying to pick up their conversation to see what I can hear.
Yeah, I'd like you to roll perception, but Malpomene has a roll for you, Finian. Your next perception is a 5.
Add 9 to that.
Wow!
Oh, jeez.
Wow, that's really good. So 14. A lot of them are, as I said to Mo, having small talk, or they're like old friends catching up after years of being out in the world. Though none of them are addressing the reason they're here, you do catch people commenting about their excitement and asking each other what they think will happen. A hushed tone comes over the whole chamber as a mage levitates into the room, their robes long enough to touch the ground, some 10 feet below them. All of their layered cloth makes it difficult to distinguish the shape of this person's body, and they wear a featureless white mask to conceal their face. There aren't even eye holes in it, though as they turn to face your direction, you do feel like they see you.
So this is the murder now.
This mage elegantly drifts towards the highest balcony where they sit to watch the assembly below. But before the crowd can return to their conversations, the bard begins to perform loud enough that it echoes through the whole ballroom.
When scheming clouds begin to form, our prophet shall rise, the eye of the storm. With lightning strikes and northern wind, balance the fog and seek out your king. Whoa.
As the song ends, there's a quiet reverence among the crowd, but you can feel their excitement. This is the day and the moment they've been waiting so long for. The silence is broken by an ASMR standing up on the landing where the sun hits, making her look truly angelic. It's the woman who leads Egret's group, wearing her fanciest blazer. She addresses the crowd, her voice amplified by magic.
Seeing that this is happening and knowing that there's probably going to be some sort of chaotic mass murder, I will go around and get the guys so we can at least be together for whatever happens next.
Edgar, too?
I didn't go out of my way to find Edgar,
We assume Edgar is hanging
but
with...
I did get
JR.
Gonk.
Hey, we'll get
Right.
that paladin aura, which is like plus 10 to your.
All right,
save.
fine. I'll go out of my way to get Edgar.
My name is Valora Windsor, and I have fulfilled my duty as it is written in the Tome of Insight. I have found our salvation.
Gasps and whispers fill the room as her party joins her up on the balcony.
The Dwarf of Solidarity, Gith of Truth, Goblin of Malice, Orc of Tenacity, Human of Transition, Triton of Peace, and Tiefling of Pandemonium.
One by one, they step into the light of the sun, and the room goes still, as if everyone is waiting for something grand to happen. And then another ASMR flies up onto the balcony. "No!" she cries out. "This is all wrong! These are not them!" Almost immediately, the room's quiet is replaced with confusion. Amid the whispers, you can hear the newcomer's name being repeated with skepticism. Ravi. "I know what you're all thinking. I abandoned the cause. I shouldn't be here. But over the past month, I've realized something. The Blue Sun isn't an event, but a person, and it's not Valora nor myself. It's him." And she points to JR.
What? I'll just have food in my mouth.
All eyes turn to JR. And he did exactly what the book said he would. His light has revealed the seven. Valora interrupts.
You are insane if you think those fools are them.
Ravi smiles. "One of them is yours, actually. Egret of Solidarity, the most compassionate and loyal person I've ever met." Egret will step forward with an expression of absolute confusion. Then Ravi motions to you all to join her up on the balcony.
She motions for us to go up
Join
there.
her?
I'll kind of look around because they all just flew up there.
There are stairs leading to this lower one.
Okay, well, with all eyes on us, I'll very confusedly look around. Oh, there. And then I'll start walking towards the stairs.
For those of you who didn't just impatiently walk away, I'll just make a platform and at least we'll stay together. and raise us up.
Ride the elevator.
There's an awkward
no
moment where you're all standing there waiting for Mo to get to the top of the balcony.
Just gonna sneak by. Sorry.
Also, I do want to say that I am not walking up there. I am hanging back.
You're not riding the elevator or walking up to join Robbie?
Something about having all these eyes on me. I don't want it, and I'm starting to feel just panic.
As the rest of you walk onto the balcony, she lists you off. Hing of truth, whose honesty surpasses social cues. Gonk of tenacity, a spirit so determined that he can permanently manifest in Vytara. Modus of transition, who adapts to any situation with a smile. Kavis of peace, who would sacrifice anything for order and harmony. And Tana, and she'll motion down to you.
I'm walking towards the door at this point.
Of pandemonium, who can tap into Elgut's chaos like we've never seen. Jacob Randstar found them and he brought them here, just as the Tome of Insight predicted.
I have stopped and stiffened, and I'm just slowly turning around. I am so angry that she would betray my secret like this. For better or for worse, I'm shaking. So much so that I guess my disguised self will drop.
Valora scoffs, though she shifts uncomfortably, like maybe she's starting to believe.
They still need a goblin.
Wait. Goblins are from Malice, right?
That's what she said earlier, yes.
We have something from Malice with us this whole time.
What, all of us?
I knew Soul Render was a person at one point. That means Soul Render was a goblin.
Are you saying Soul Render's here?
Well, yeah, we have Soul Render with us.
What? Since when?
Oh, yeah, Mo was asleep.
We didn't tell him. We didn't tell him because we didn't want him to throw it over the ship again.
Pull Soul Render out.
You want me to bring that evil back out into this world?
It is written.
Let me see your mind first. I am not convinced you are not tainted by it.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm gonna probe his mind, and I am not going to stop at any boundaries I find.
Okay.
20 not nat.
There's no sign of Soul Render left in his mind.
All right. I am sorry for the intrusion. You seriously want me to pull that out in front of all of these people?
Yes.
Okay. I will reach into my bag and pull it.
Still coated in wax, right?
It is. So with I'll place it on the platform and motion for you to do what you want with it.
There are gasps from the crowd, and Ravi will motion towards Soul Render on the ground. And Soul Render, a being of pure malice worthy of the title. Valora tries to yell something, but her voice is drowned out by the inexorable chanting and cheering of the people of the Gathering Storm. And then 3 fireballs slam into the balcony where you all stand. And that is where we'll continue next week.
Joey, why are you always throwing fireballs at us?
Thank you all for listening to our podcast, and a special thanks to our greater deities Ricky, Linda, and the Diligent Protector, our deities Zach, Vic, Alleycat, PM, and Melpomene, who wrote and performed Vela's song, which was awesome. Our Celestials, Ironjaw, Dice Man, Riot Andre, Little Lib, David Green, Virgil McClurkin, and Chris Kremkow. Our heroes, Chris Matowski and Holly Mack, and all of our adventurers. If you want to affect the story like they do, come roll with us on Patreon. And of course, dice provided by SD Way Gaming. That's all I have for today. See you next week.
I might see you guys unless these fireballs kill me. Bye. See you nerds.
Bye.
You're a monk.
Yeah, you're a monk. What do you care?
I'm both a monk.
You get a dex check.
Go out and meditate. And then kind of, as I'm meditating, the storm will kind of build around me so I can talk to my Patreon.
Patron.
I'm gonna talk to my Patreon. Hey guys.
You have a Discord?